Into the total chaos, total breakdown of order here on the floor of Parliament. Looks like looks like a scuffle between the minority MP, Honorable Stephen, who they popularly call Sticker, Stephen Amwa, there in a scuffle with another minority MP. They nearly exchanged blows between each other on the floor of Parliament. This is total breakdown of law and order here on the floor of Parliament. None of the MPs will listen. To the total chaos, total breakdown of order here on
yesterday there was, I don't know how to describe.
Yeah,
was it
scuffle?
Okay, scuffle. Okay, that's better. Scuffle. I nearly said they nearly traded fisticuffs and blows in Parliament. It was a shame that the reason, but it's all because of Kpandai. So this morning, what we're basically doing is that we'll be giving you the context, the background story. We read for you some letters, and when you see our screen, this is Honorable Martin Yundam, who is I'll say now the disputed member of Parliament for Kpandai. This is the NDC candidate who was also the MP for the area for 2020, who took the matter to the Tamale High Court and has been given a favorable feedback by the High Court. As you know, the 2020 parliamentary elections for Kpandai ended with Mr. Martin Yindam declared as the winner of the EC. I'm just giving you the background. But one candidate is Daniel Ensala Wakpa of the opposition. This is the gentleman I'm talking about. Challenged the results in court, claiming irregularities at multiple polling stations. In fact, look, when you listen to the lawyer, the chief or the government of the issue they took to the Tamale High Court is that of the 152 polling stations in Kpandai, about 41 of them, they believe that the results are disputed. Martin Yindam also believes that these are areas he won comfortably, by the way, and that he believes that there's a machination to be able to just, go for another election within these areas and snatch the victory from him. They also allege that during the collation, instead of doing the collation in Kpandai, which is the district, rather the EC officer there took the collation to Tamale, citing issues of, people were disturbing the place, there were disruptions and all that. But they say that the fundamental human right of this gentleman, Mr. Wakpa, was not respected because he was not formally informed of the shift of the coalition center from Kpandai to Tamale. So on November 24, 2025, the Tamale High Court annulled the entire 2024 election results for Kpandai, citing material irregularities and ordered the rerun of the election within 30 days. Now let's pause here. This is where the MPP came in and had issues that the issues that Mr. Ensala brought to the court didn't include the general cancellation of the entire results of the Kpandai. But you know that in our civil procedure laws of our country, the courts are not just limited to the release that an appellant seeks in court. They can also make general, rulings to be able to guide the process. Now, someone will ask, even this was the contest closed in 2024. Was it that close in 2024?
53% to 46% was significantly wide, if you ask me.
Because when you look at Matthew, he gained somewhat 27,647, right? Whereas Mr. Nsala, the NDC can have what?
24,213.
So when you do the math, that's about 3,000 difference. 3,000 difference, which is very significant. So let's go on. So if the decision is enforced, it largely means that Mr. Matuyundam can no longer hold himself as the member of parliament. Now something interesting happened, and this is why the background of this analysis is important. On that same day, the speaker had to make a ruling, because that was when they were debating the budget for 2026, when people alleged that Mr. Yandam couldn't be part of the process. So right after the court decision, Parliament was served with the judgment, and the law provides a safeguard. Now let's go into the legalese of the law. This is it. When you go through the appeals court, the process or its rules when it comes to matters that go before it, it has rules that guides their operation. Now they say, if you can help me with my screen. Yes. Okay, so my screen is back. Yes, so that is CI 19 as amended by CI 132, which guides the proceedings that happens at the appeals court. It says that once a notice of appeal is filed, there is an automatic 7-day stay of execution on any high court judgment capable of appeal. So let me explain this. I called some lawyers. I called about 3-4 of them, because you know that lawyers have their own perspective on the matter. They say that what it basically means is that if I go to David for a judgment, when David gives the judgment, and if I want to appeal to the appeals court, automatically that judgment of David is frozen for 7 days before you can act on it. So on that day, when the majority was arguing that Honorable Yinda must be sacked from Parliament on the 24th of November, the minority,
7-day window.
Yes, the speaker said that no, he still is a member of parliament. I cannot declare the seat vacant, and therefore he must stay as a member of parliament. Now, read for me the CI. That's a CI maintenance amended by CI 132, the rule 27 from the 27A, B, and C.
Okay, it says, the 27A says, an appeal shall not operate as a stay of execution under the judgment or decision appealed against, unless the court otherwise orders an application made to the court by motion on notice. The B says, the insertion after sub-rule 1A, it says, unless otherwise provided in this rule, an intermediate act or any other proceeding subsequent to an application under sub-rule 1 shall not be invalidated. And C says, there shall be a stay of execution of the judgment or decision appealed against for a period of 7 days immediately following the giving of notice of the judgment or decision.
This is legalese English. But what the lawyers tell me basically is what Speaker Bagan said on the day, that on that basis, the Speaker ruled that the seat could not immediately be declared vacant, and that Mr. Yindam remained a legitimate member of Parliament and will be able to participate in the at least until the stay expired on the 1st of December 2025. So look, based on this CI 19 as amended by CI 132, Speaker Bagon had every right to do what he did. Now, the argument of the MPP is that while Judge Equation's matter was in court, he sat through Parliament until there was a final determination of his issues at the Supreme Court about the dual citizenship, and there was a by-election in Ascend. So that was what happened. But something also happened after the 1st of December, which saw the expiration of the 7-day window. Despite the Speaker's caution, on the 4th of December 2025, the Clerk of Parliament, Mr. Jetro, formally notified the EC that the Kpandai seat had become vacant. And we all know that after December 1st. No, the letter was actually written on December 4th. And this is the letter. So when you check the date on the letter, this is it, 4th December 2025. And this is what Parliament, through the clerk who signed the letter, that is Ebenezer Jetro, wrote to the chairperson of the Electoral Commission. Take us through it.
It says, in exercise of the power conferred and the duty imposed on the clerk to Parliament by Article 112 Clause 5, as amended, of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, as amended, I, Ebenezer Ahuma Jetro, the Clerk of Parliament, do hereby formally notify you of the occurrence of a vacancy in the membership of Parliament, occasioned by the order of the High Court, Tamale for a rerun of the Kpandai parliamentary elections given on the 24th day of November 2025. This notification is pursuant to the service of a court order on the clerk to Parliament as the fourth respondent in the suit numbered NRTLHCE 30.
So that's the suit number basically. So we're saying that Parliament was served after the ruling of the High Court came through, High Court Tamale, because Parliament was the fourth respondent in the matter. So based on this letter, MPP's Cocoa Pie in basically Cocoa Pie, they got angry that in the case of Jachi Kwesen, he was in Parliament until the final determination of the matter. The Speaker's argument is also that when we read CI 17 as amended by CI 132, when an appeal is filed, it does not mean it's a stay. An intention does not actualize, or my lawyer told you that the intention is not an actualization. And I'm also told that in fact the motion for the stay will be held today. So the MPP's arguments are, why are you not letting all these issues go to its final stages? There's a final determination, then we can know that indeed our colleague cannot be in Parliament. But
how similar is the two cases between Jachikwe and the Kpandai case for them to make that comparison? So
they are not too similar, but they are only saying that once the matter was in court, which is the matter of principle, he was in Parliament. That is the case of the MPP. But what the lawyers, our three of them are speaking to this morning, tells me that based on their ruling of CR 19 as amended by CR 132, they don't see where the Speaker went wrong. That is basically what it is. But how is the Kpandai area like? It's dominated largely by the NDC. When you go through the motions, Elio, you can quickly take us through that.
So from 1993 to 1997, the seat was for NDC. The MP was Abdul Rauf Tanko Ibrahim. From 1997 to 2001, Abdul Rauf retained the seat. He was still there from 2021 to 2025. Abdul Rauf Tanko Ibrahim, NDC. And then he left, and then Rabia to Ibrahim came from 2025 to 2029. And then from that period to 2013, it was still retained by Rabia to Ibrahim. And then MPP came in 2013 to 2017, and that was Abdul Rahman Mohammed. And MPP.
I think there's a okay. I think that's correct. Yeah. That's
so
correct.
2017 to 2021 is when Matthew Nyindam came in as MP, and then.
So I think this is where the mistake is. Yeah. That is where Mr. Nsala came in. After Martin Yindam in 2020, he was seated in the 2024 Martin Yindam came. So in the history of Kpandai Constituency, the MPP has won the seat twice, and it's all been through Mr. Yindam. He was, removed in 2020, then he came back in 2024 to win. So it tells you that he has a bit of momentum on the side. So basically, this is basically what brought the scuffle in Parliament. For me, it was a very sad spectacle. We need to learn from it. For the marshals of Parliament to come to Parliament to enforce some of these matters, it will be interesting. Today, we also, by close of day, know what the appeals court to say, because you know that when it comes to parliamentary elections, the last appellate court is the appeals court when it comes to such matters. So it will be interesting to know what the appeals court will say, and I don't know what you have to say about the behavior of the MPs, especially from the minority side.
Yeah, it is very unfortunate the way that they are trying to be heard. Sometimes I can understand because of their numbers, they want to do something extra to show up with the weight that they don't have. But this is not the way to go. Parliament is a place of intellect where the nation is looking at you to steer us through our affairs. If you are the ones who are giving us this example, it's not the best for all of us. They should be exercise decorum and then show us why they are the gentlemen and ladies who are representing us in formulating laws in that August House. That was not something that the youth should be seeing at all. It's very embarrassing.
I think that Leo has summed it up beautifully. So this is the backstory, this is the issue, this is what the law say, this is what the lawyers are telling us, and this has been the breakdown. My name is Eugene Osei-Tutu. I did this with Leo. Leo, thank you. Yeah, so come back on Friday with more exciting conversations on your radio.
Total chaos, total breakdown of order here on the floor of Parliament. Looks like looks like a scuffle between the minority MP, Honorable Stephen, who they popularly call Sticker, Stephen Amwa, there in a scuffle with another minority MP. They nearly exchange blows between each other on the floor of Parliament. This is total breakdown of law and order here on the floor of Parliament. None of the MPs will listen to the total chaos, total breakdown of order here on the floor of Parliament. Looks like looks like a scuffle between the